All right. Well, we did actually have some other games, and we're just going to go through these real quick. Hector took it to you, Gus. Pretty much an 80-point win. Hector had Lamb with 41 points, Hawk with 21 and a half. He had four other players tied with 18, and I normally wouldn't point that out, except that, well, your top scorer only had 18. That was Javante. And Downs and Stroud had 14 each. So just not a fun weekend for you, huh, brother?
Yeah, I mean, not for fantasy. No, I mean it's terrible. No, we couldn't even hit the 100 mark this week. It's just
No.
the team is stuck in neutral pretty much. There's not much I can do about it. They just suck. But I mean, yeah, I mean, kidding me? But Hector, my goodness, what is it? 40. I can't see. I can't see out of these sunglasses. 41 points from
You're
CD
telling
Lamb.
me I'm looking out of the horse's mouth here, dude.
I'm like, what the?
Look at
What am I
this thing.
looking at? It looks like a 40 over there. 41 points from CD Lamb. I mean, this man went bananas. Not Will Levis style, but bananas. 12 catches, 150 yards, two touchdowns. I mean, this was clearly the breakout games a lot of Lamb fans have been hoping for, and boy, and he picked a perfect time, to put on against me. So I'm definitely still feeling that. But good for him, bro. Moves on to 5-3. He's one of the top
Yep.
dogs.
Yep. Hector has a little lamb. That's for sure. Sajid next up. He gets the win over Jeff, just like 7 out of 8 people have so far. 138 and a quarter to 113 and a quarter. Saheed had Josh Allen with 33 points. Taysom effing Hill with
Oh my goodness.
25.25,
Wow.
and Deontay Johnson with 16. Jeff got a great game from AJ Brown. Not much else. Jacobs and Hollywood make up his top scores, 18 and 15 respectively. Any thoughts or keep it moving?
Just two things. Jeff, had a good chance here with AJ Brown, but Sahid Taysom Hill projected for 5.25 points. Threw this man in the flex and got the dub. Hey, that's balls.
Yep, that's some balls there. Some tight end loving balls. I'm telling you, because putting Taysom Hill out there, who's a tight end but not a tight end, getting catches, throwing. I mean, just the really such a utility player. It's so weird, man. If he didn't play for the Saints, I'd like him.
Yeah.
Next up, myself. I had a good fun game. 179 and a half to 154 and a half. Came back on Kyle Monday night. Gibbs with 33, CMC 31 as usual. Trey McBride, my new tight end pickup. And Kyle had D Hop with 39 and Mixon and Addison tied with 21. So a good high scoring game here.
Yeah, I mean, he could have taken it to you, but you picked up a new toy with Trey McBride, and you've been circling those tight ends, and you finally hit on one here with Trey McBride. So good for you, and oh boy, Jameer Gibbs, he had himself a career day, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, and I think that he's still gonna once Montgomery comes back, he's gonna split work with them. I mean, I know they love Montgomery, but I think he just raised his floor a little bit where he's gonna get involved. He finally started seeing the defense and the holes a little better. So I like his direction. And Trey McBride, I think he's gonna be peppered with targets. Fucked up and letting Dalton Kincaid go. I didn't like the way his was looking, but then
Oh
Dawson
man.
Knox goes and gets injured. I mean, if Dawson Knox didn't get injured, I would have been fine. But now, of course, he's the hot shit. But hey, plug in Trey McBride. It worked, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Joel gets a big win over Sam, 156 and a half to 109. Joel got Burrow with 30, Kamara with 28, Devontae with 22. Sam had Prescott with 32, and then Saquon and Terry with 17. Sam still has a very much a shot to the playoffs, and he's still battling, of course. But Joel certainly looks like he has a squad right now.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely one of the hottest teams in the league right now. He's got solid lineup top to bottom. he's had few hot starts like this in the past, and he's had some just bad bad injuries with Swift and Henry. This is him, man. He's doing his thing, man. He's you see my records. This is all Joel. This is all him, and props to him for keeping that team making some timely moves and getting some good wins, man. This is gonna be fun.
Yep, the patience in Kamara paid off. He's got,
Yeah.
Kamara, I think, is number 2 running back overall. That's just ridiculous.
Wow. Wow. What a pick.
Next up, Lewis, 163 and a half. The upset, last but not least, over Manny. Dude, does any team mirror an NFL team better than Manny's team looking like the 49ers currently?
Ooh. We're talking he was the only undefeated team in the league, and
5 and 0.
he's now down to 3 losses in a row. Is it gonna be 4? I don't know. I don't know who he plays next, but I guess we'll talk about it later. But dude, Lewis comes in with a sledgehammer over here with Austin Eckler having a hell of a game and Gabe Davis. Um, damn.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. He's definitely looking good. He had Shaheed with 30 points, Gabe the
Yeah.
Babe Davis 23, Eckler and Lockett 22 each. Manny got, really good scores. Hurts at 31, Chase 27, Kittle 26 and a quarter. But dude, Lewis has matched his win total from last year in only half a season. So I'm proud of Lewis. I hope he's able to keep it up. He's got a steep hill to climb still, but he's still in the running.
That's crazy. Real quick before we move off, Rashid Shaheed, dude, 3 catches, 153 yards, 1 touchdown. What the hell?
Yep, that's why you can never trust certain teams and who their wide receivers they go to. You cannot trust Derek Carr. That bastard either throws it 2 yards to Kamara or 62 to Shaheed. Well, hey, let's get into what you're watching. Goose, what fantasy game are you watching this week, bro?
Fantasy game. I'm watching your matchup.
Oh, that makes two of us.
So that's gonna be that's gonna be the Florida Hurricanes at 6-2, and then your team, Majamir on the ball, also at 6-2. He's projected 120 over 109. Um, these are two of the top teams in the league. We're gonna call this the junior heavyweight.
Yeah, I like it. I
The
mean, it
the
definitely could be a game that decides seeding, which we do have that home field advantage in the playoffs. So it's definitely not the loser is definitely not out of the top seed. But if it comes down to one game or tiebreaker, this could be it. So I got some big buys that I got to be worried about this week, but I still think I have a shot, even though he's favored by 11.
Yeah, I'm gonna call this the Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader match.
I like it. The Padawan has come to challenge the Master. Carlos versus the Unicorn. Well, hey, man, I'm going to be looking at Sajid versus Joel. I just think this is just, like I said, I would have picked Alex's matchup, but we already talked about it. But Joel's 6-2. Sajid is still trying to claw his way back. He's 4-4. This would be a big win for Sajid. For Joel, a big win as well. If he wins, he could potentially be, depending on how much he scores, he could be the number 1 seed after this weekend if all goes his way.
Wow.
Basically, if Carlos loses and he outscores me by enough, then he could be number 1 seed. It got Josh Allen, JTT, and Bijan versus Burrow, Kamara, and Kelsey. How you feel about this one?
Yeah, this is another good one. This is another good one. Let me pull it up. um, yeah, he's trying to challenge the top dog. Sahih's been very unconventional in his lineups. I cannot question what he does because he gets the wins. He's 4-4, and he's done a myriad of moves. But how he's gonna pull this off, I have no clue. But this is gonna be fun to watch because Joel has a couple guys on a bye week. He has Brandon Ayuk and Amon-Ra St. Brown. So those are some big names that are out this week for him. So he's gonna have to make those adjustments. But right now, those projections, they got these games pretty close.
Yeah, yeah, and it could be. You never know. Just like Batman said, any given Sunday. And speaking of which, let's talk about Cowboy man over here. You're looking at the Cowboys and the Eagles. What's got your nuts purring about this one?
Hey, we're looking at two top dogs in the NFC, man. I know we see the 49ers doing a little free fall there, and some people are a little happy about that because nobody wants one team to dominate the whole league. But this is a big game. It's a divisional game. We got the Cowboys. This is, I believe, they're gonna play this one in Philly. So,
Hmm.
outdoor. Um,
Do you have a prediction?
Hey, I'm going. It's a, as you can see, the matchup predictor has a 49.7, 49.9. So they have it pretty even. But I'm gonna go with the Cowboys, man. They're gonna pull out an upset, and they're gonna hand the Eagles the second loss of the year.
I could see that. I'm not saying that the Cowboys won't, but I still think the Eagles are going to win this one. I think that they'll split the season series
Yeah,
ultimately,
I think
but I
so.
think it'll be the home teams that win. But it could be worse for the Eagles to lose later than it would be to lose now and learn from it. So you never know. But I'm going to be looking at the Dolphins versus the Chiefs, and I'm going to tie this in with the player I'm looking at because I'm looking at Tyreek versus his old team. Now, this is in Germany, okay? So, bonjour. But I just don't think that it's really going to matter when it comes to motivating Tyreek against a team that decided to trade him away instead of pay him. And I think that it's going to be interesting to see if he goes off or not, or if they're, with how smart um, Andy Reid is, being able to keep him contained. And it's a high over under 50 and a half. This could be the most exciting international game yet. Got two 6-2 teams. It could be a playoff preview, an AFC championship preview potentially. I can't wait to see that one.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So besides the revenge game factor, we definitely have AFC Championship status here, right? These are
Yep.
two Super Bowl contending teams. You could easily see these teams in the big game in February. So anytime you have anything like this is just fireworks. But for these teams, it's a test. It's not the end all be all, but it gives them a chance to learn something about each other. Can Kansas City contain Tyreek Hill? Can anyone contain Tyreek Hill? I don't know. But Kansas City, in my opinion, has one of the best defenses they've had in the past 5 years. So if anybody can do it, is this defense right here, right now. And you got the one of the baddest man on the planet in Patrick Mahomes out there, still trying to figure out, how to play with his receivers. Um, but that is one team that can put up points with the best of them. And Miami Dolphins, man, they're not going to let up. They will not let up.
I think the biggest thing to watch here, believe it or not, that might change how this game goes is Chris Jones.
Yeah,
Because if he is able to get pressure on the inside against Tua, that is not going to be a good day for Tua, and Tyreek is going to be limited in his impact.
yeah, I can see it.
So you're looking at Will Levis. We already talked about Banana Rama over there, the banana in pajamas. So what are you looking for in his first start versus Pittsburgh?
So Pittsburgh's not a very good defense, but they got some pass rushers over there that can make things a little challenging for rookie quarterbacks. And that's one of the things that rookie quarterbacks struggle with, right? It's
Hmm.
where to go with the ball when the pressure's right in their face. Who they're gonna throw it to. They don't have that chemistry with these receivers. DeAndre Hopkins right now is on the fence. Don't quote me on that, but he hasn't practiced in the past couple of days. That's what he was chucking it to over and over and over. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But when you don't have DeAndre Hopkins, I think it can get a little more difficult, than just any other game. So I'm gonna be watching him. I want to see his progress. I want to see if he can continue that success that he had against the Falcons. A pretty good defense. And let's see what you got, man. Let's see what you got because CJ Stroud was named potentially in theory the rookie of the year as far as the quarterback position goes. This guy could be threatening him if he has another good game.
I mean, he could, and I'll be starting Will Levis this week. I got Jared Goff on by, but I'm taking a chance because I think that it's a quick turnaround, not enough time to do too much tape work on him. Like you said, Pittsburgh is not the Dick LeBeau days.
No.
So, their defense is weak on the back end. They don't bring as much dialed up crazy pressure as TJ Watt is great,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it's going to be enough to completely ground a well-coached Tennessee team. So we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah. Before we sign off here, I heard I think Hayward might be coming back.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, that's
a
going to
big
make it
one.
more difficult.
That's a big one.
Very true. Well, the last little part here, we're just going to breeze through these, and then we can kind of just recap them as we go if we need to. But
I think that's
we
it.
saw the last Thursday, Bills versus the Bucks. Bucks lost by a touchdown, and wasn't very impressive, but still almost made a game out of it. And I thought that it was closer than it really should have been for the Bills. Made a lot of mistakes later on to let us back in it. Eagles 38, Manders 91, Dolphins 31, Patriots 17, Saints 38, Colts 27, and your Jacksonville Jaguars 20, Steelers 10. Any thoughts about any of those games? Anything stand out to you?
Not really. I expected Jacksonville to win that one.
Yep.
Dolphins did their thing. I don't know. What do you think?
I think I'm about to tear this mask off and burn the shit out of it. I can barely
I'm
breathe in
sweating.
this
I know I'm
goddamn thing,
sweating
bro.
too.
I'm starting to hyperventilating, bro.
I'm about to call 911, bro.
They're gonna find just a guy in a horse mask laying out in the front yard.
Yo, Alex, come back.
Like, what kind of freak is this dude?
Yo, Batman, come back. We need you at Jordan's house. CPR ASAP.
Yep, Batmobile, please. Well, as far as the rest of my closing thoughts, besides ready to trash this this mask here, all that I'll say is, hey, we're past the halfway point. We're within a week or two, I believe, of the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Your teams are about to be the last of your teams, your permanent teams, unless you change something up through free agency, which there will not be much because it is a deep league. So get your trade offers, your trade conversations done. Get ready for the second half of the year. And good luck, everybody.
Hell yeah. Peace.
Peace out.